Hello everyone, and in this short video we are going to look at how to code diagnoses from the skin and subcutaneous tissue as well as diseases of the musculoskeletal system and connective tissue. So just like all our other diagnoses or diseases, remember that you utilize the front of your code book, the index, the alphabetical index, to diseases and injuries. We look up our diagnosis here by the name of the disease, the name of the diagnosis, which should be a noun or a condition. Do not go to an anatomical site. Go to the condition and then where the anatomical site is. So for example, let's do one together. Let's say our patient has osteoarthritis of the right hip. So in our index, we cannot go to H to hip. We're going to go to the condition or the disease, which is osteoarthritis. So open up your manual to O in your alphabetical index to osteoarthritis. Osteoarthritis, we said it was the hip. You'll see that we have M16.1 with a hyphen and the check mark that lets us know we need an additional character on this code. So now let's go to the tabular list. So flip to M16.1. So M16.1, we said it was of our patient's right hip. So we know our code is M16.11. So that takes care of our fifth character, and our code reads unilateral primary osteoarthritis of the right hip. Okay, now I have two more for you to practice. Again, I encourage you to pause the video, look up the code yourself, and then compare to see if you have the correct answer. So our second patient is coming in. We have a 48-year-old being seen today for cellulitis of his buttocks. So pause the video, look up that code, and we're going to compare the correct answer. Okay, hopefully you guys have the code L03.317 for our cellulitis. Let's go ahead and flip to that in the tabular. So L03.317 cellulitis of buttocks, and the way you should have looked that up in your alphabetical index, you should have went to C and then to CE for cellulitis, and then went to buttocks, and it gives us our code right there, L03.317. But again, I always recommend that you just don't stop at the alphabetical index. You always want to verify your code in the tabular list. Look for those additional characters and make sure that your code is correct. Okay, your last scenario to code is we have a 25-year-old who's coming in for a recurrent dislocation of his patella. So again, pause the video, look up the correct code, and then unpause when you think we have it, and we're going to compare. So hopefully you guys found the code M22.0. So let's look at that in the tabular. M22.00, recurrent dislocation of patella. Unspecified knee because I did not tell you if it was the right or the left knee. So we're going to pick unspecified M22.00, and to find that code, we would have went to the alphabetical index. We would have went to D, to dislocation. Then we would have went to patella. Under recurrent, so dislocation, recurrent, patella, and it says C, dislocation, patella, recurrent. So then if we come up to dislocation, patella recurrent, we're given our M22.0 and then the hyphen with the check mark for an additional character. That's how we know to go to the tabular. We select the 0 for an unspecified site. We don't know if it was the right or the left patella, and that's where we get M22.00.